Did you know that the average child sees 12,000 violent acts on television annually, including many depictions of murder and rape? And that more than 1,000 studies have confirmed that exposure to heavy doses of television violence increases aggressive behavior, particularly in boys. As a mom of two young boys, 8-year-olds, very impressionable, this is very alarming to me. There's a lot of research showing the increased risks and the benefits of screen time for youth. Like, did you know that specific groups of children may be more vulnerable to violence on television? Did you know that watching television makes a substantial contribution to childhood obesity? Moreover, commercials lead our young children to believe that they are deprived if they don't have the products that they see advertised on television. That being said, the naysayers argue that video games and educational programs on TV can help in the development of fine motor skills and language development. But how much is too much screen time? Television and the internet have great potential for providing our youth with access to endless amounts of educational information. However, the lack of editorial standard limits the internet's credibility as a source of such information. Children learn best by observing a behavior and then trying it. In an article published by the AAP Council on Communications Media, it showed that children from minority groups, immigrant groups, and emotionally disturbed children, children with learning disabilities, and children in low-income households are more vulnerable to violence on TV. In this same study, it showed that African American and Latino children ages 0 to 8 spend more time with screen media than their white peers. It also showed that rates of bedroom television are more than twice as high among African American and Hispanic children than for their white children in the same age group. Again, it also showed that children from low-income families spend more time with television and videos and have bedroom television rates more than 3 times higher than children from middle and upper income families. Therefore, proving that prolonged exposure to such media portrayals resulted in increased acceptance of violence as an appropriate means of problem solving and achieving one's goals. Children with 2 or more hours of daily screen time are more likely to have increased psychological difficulties, including hyperactivity, emotional and conduct problems, and difficulties with their peers. Television viewing, video gaming, internet, all of this makes a substantial contribution to our childhood obesity rate. In a randomized trial published in the Archives of Pediatric and Adolescent Behavior, it was shown that primetime commercials promote unhealthy dietary practices. This research proved that for each hour of television viewing a children had per day, they consumed an additional 167 calories, and it was usually high energy, low nutrient foods. Children with a television in their bedroom increased their risk of obesity by 31%. The Journal of Obesity published an article, and it stated that no child should be allowed to have a television, computer, or video game console in their room. This would help to reduce screen time and could significantly reduce childhood obesity. The developmental stage of a child plays a role in the effect of commercials. Young children do not understand the concept of a sales pitch. They tend to believe that what they are told, and they may even assume that they are deprived if they do not have these products. Some of the video games, it can be argued that they may help in the development of fine motor skills and coordination. However, screen time for children under the age of 3 years old is actually linked to delayed language acquisition. in a study, a research study that was published by Fish and Truglio, and it was published, the title was 30 Years of the Results on Children and Sesame Street. It was proven that the educational value of Sesame Street had been shown to improve the reading and learning skills of its viewers. So with that being said, in some disadvantaged settings, healthy television habits may actually be a beneficial teaching tool to these children. In conclusion, please remember that our World Wide Web has great potential for providing our children and youth with access to unlimited supplies of educational information that we probably weren't ever able to access before. However, the responsibility of monitoring what our children are watching and how much screen time they are allowed falls onto us as parents, as siblings. What are your kids, your little brothers, your sisters, your nieces and nephews, or your future kids watching and playing? You can begin the change now and help to make a huge difference in their lives by limiting their screen time, by paying a closer attention to what they're viewing and what they're playing. Be the change you want to see. What are you watching? Thank you.